Okay folks, it is time for another planner update because I'm going to try something new. Now, I know I just did a video about my bullet journaling and that's not going to change, but I'm going to try doing the same thing I'm doing in a Hobonichi. Now, I have been watching Hobonichis for a couple of years now. My friend Bart is for Where Alders Whisper on Instagram. He's definitely the one who got me interested in Hobonichis. But I just couldn't make the jump there because bullet journaling was working really well for me, and I had kind of really settled into a solid setup for bullet journaling. So I've taken different incarnations with planning and bullet journaling in various things like the Happy Planner, all different kinds of things, color, non-color, you know, minimal, non-minimal. What I have found for myself, I'm a person who works from home. So my Truth and Story business is something that I do at home. I also have a part-time job that I do other things, more of a mundane job. And that is something that I do from home. So I have to stay on track with things in terms of scheduling, that type of stuff myself. So I've come to find that my bullet journal needs to be just functional, do what it's got to do with a minimal amount of fuss. So over the last year or so, I showed you my last my little bear dingbat book that I did from March and through December, and it pretty much looked the exact same. So I don't do a daily thing because I don't need a whole daily thing unless I was going to be journaling or something. It's simply not something that I need. So the weekly format works really well for me. And so in my mind, the Hobonichi always has those big, you know, has the weeks or the month, and that has the weeks, and that has the days. Now, I had seen a Hobonichi weeks before, but I actually thought it was smaller than what it was, and I thought it wouldn't be quite enough room. And the other thing is that the Hobonichi weeks, and I'll show you this in a minute, the Hobonichi weeks has months, weeks, and then it has a section of plain paper to use. So my basic setup is a year at a glance, which you'll see is in here. I also have the moon cycles this year put in here. I could put this into the weeks at the back, but it actually has the moon cycles. I have some yearly information I've just kind of covered up here. I have a monthly, which this has. I do a spread here that keeps me on track business-wise monthly. This is my color for my cottage in the woods. And then it's just all the weeklies. And so, but my concern was, because I had looked at the Hobonichi weeks last year, but my concern was, it just didn't dawn on me. I thought it was small, even smaller than this, so I didn't know if it would have enough room in it. And the other thing is that there are these blank grid papers at the back, but the regular weeks, I really felt like I was going to have to be precious with those extra pages to make sure that it would last out the year. But this year, I don't know if they had it last year, I just didn't see it, but they have a mega, which has a bunch of those pages in the back. More, I think, than half of this journal is blank grid paper. So then it was like, okay, well, it has everything that I'm doing, because I'm not doing anything fancy. So every month I'm just drawing out my weeks again, doing my monthly thing again, and just doing, you know, repeat, rinse and repeat, because I'm not doing anything fancy here. So when I saw this mega, that's what first caught my attention, is I saw there was a mega. And then I watched somebody's YouTube channel where they had, were comparing the Techo, I'm assuming, the regular one, which has month and weeks and full days, the Techo, which I think has the same but smaller, and then it was showing the weeks, and I was like, oh, you know what, that actually looks like plenty of room, because I actually don't write a ton in there. It's actually pretty concise. I have it down to a science, and I thought, you know, that actually might work for me now, just now that I've settled into this is all I do. do. And so I decided to go ahead and order one. Thankfully, my daughter got me this beautiful journal, which I love, but these actually, the dingbacks actually have tear out pages. So I can literally tear out the pages that I've used, which isn't that many, and then have, you know, this full notebook for, I love having notebooks around. So this will not get wasted, never you fear. So let's take a look here at what I'm talking about. And then after I ordered it, I saw that Katey Flowers put up a video how she bullet journals as well. And she's pretty similar to me, I think, in the sense that we've kind of come down to a specific way that we do it. It doesn't need to be extra fancy or anything like that. And she had gone to the Hobonichi, and then in the past, because I watch all her things, plus especially her journal things, she had gone from the Hobonichi, or bullet journaling, to the Hobonichi and back to bullet journaling. So I knew that she had done that, and so after I ordered it, I saw that she had gone back to it as well for many of the exact same reasons that I have. So I'll put a link to her video below, and if I can find the video that compares the three that I saw, I'll put that below as well. So I ordered from JetPens because, and of course I ordered this just like a week ago, so there were things that were out of stock that hopefully will come back to being in stock, such as the pencil board and clear case for it. If not, I will have to order it from a Hobonichi site, which is obviously in Japan, or maybe not obviously, but it is a Japanese company. But I'm hoping those come back in stock at JetPens and or Amazon. So I was able to get the one that I wanted, which was the Weeks Mega in black, which is gorgeous. So let's take a look, and I'll show you what I mean by it being exactly what I want. Oh, the other thing that convinced me to look at this again was that in my video that I showed my passport Midori, I got some booklets to go in there that were the Tomo River paper, and it's a thicker paper than the what's in the Hobonichi. Turn my phone off. It's a thicker paper, but it's the same, I believe it's the same paper as what's in the Hobonichi, but but this is much thinner, and I love writing on those. And so that was another thing that was like, oh, I really love that paper. Maybe I need to take a look at this again. So there's like a confluence of events here. So here is the actual, it's a whole year, and really the year just goes to here, and then it goes into a note section of grid paper, which is exactly what I use all the time. Okay, let's take all these things out. This has a map to the railway system in Japan for 2019. Probably not going to need that. This is a sticker that goes in the back. This I will need to, it makes a little thing to slide stuff in, but if you're going to use the elastic, which I eventually want to get, you need that as well. So that's something I will keep. That's a little paper. Here we have This Is My Life, life book thing. Of course, it's all in Japanese, so have no clue what it's talking about, but she looks like she's having a good day by the end of the day. And these are some these I will use. These have are for some tabs, so you could have a tab where your monthly is, where your weekly is, and then where I'm at in the other section of notes, so that it has that there. I also ordered, I'm going to see how the paper does. It's made to be with fountain pens. This is one of my favorite fountain pens. It's extra fine. It's a Pilot carbon ink pen. I'll put a link to this below as too. I love the nib on this. It's nice and fine. But I also picked up a I believe this is also a Pilot. Yes, I'm a fan of Pilot things that lets you pick out your colors. So it is one of those, you know, 4 color things. I think this one has 4 slots, yeah. But it allows you to pick your own colors. And I had one of these before, which I cannot find it for the life of me. And so I was able to get a 0.4 nibs for this, and I have them in purple and green and black and red because those are colors that I like. I always love to have a purple, gotta have a black. I don't really ever write in blue, but you can slide in each of your colors, then you can put your lid on and you can have, you know, your just as normal. Look how tiny it is. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a 0.4, which is lovely. So I'm gonna get the rest of these in and I will come back. So you have a pretty slim profile pen with your 4 colors in it, and it writes really lovely. But I got that because I wasn't entirely sure how this was going to work. I knew that the grids are very small on this, and I wanted to make sure I had a really nice fine point. So that's why I ended up getting that. Plus, again, I just love pens. So any excuse to buy pens is a good day for me. Okay, so let's zoom in here a little bit, because I'm sure you couldn't even have seen that test for that pen, but this is not a professional planner thing. So you'll see that why this is fantastic for me. It's pretty much set the way that I normally see things. So here's a year planner for 2019. Also 2018 you can look back on, and then you have it forward for 2020. You have your year at a glance, which are really fantastic. I'll probably put birthdays in here, probably mark off days and areas in which I have classes blocked, so that I can see at a glance sort of how things are balancing out for my classes, things like that. This is going to be very helpful. And then we go into our months. So yes, you definitely have obviously Japanese here, but you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This actually started and give you December, and then going into January. Obviously I am in January. I love that it goes Monday through Sunday. That's how I do mine. My week starts with a Monday and ends with a Sunday. So I quite like that. It works out that way. And then it gives you some grid down here, which I have normally as well, with some boxes if you want to put some important things you know you need to get done in that month. So of course it goes all the way through, and it just has the number of the month. And it actually has a November down here. So it goes through, I think it goes to March of 2020. I always get a new planner in the new year. So this actually started in November, just 1 week in November, and then all of December, which is great if you're, if you're getting excited for your new planner. It's great to be able to do that. Obviously, we are in January right now, and so here, again, it starts with Monday, goes through Sunday, which is perfect for me because that's how I do it. And so you'll see this is pretty much what I draw out every month. What I really love is that it has the moon phase in it already, put right on it for every single day. A+, love it, love it, love it. It does have Monday, very small, Tuesday written here. I've got some stamps and things that I could stamp in, depending on what I want to do. And then you have this other side, which is grid. Now you can use this a couple of different ways. If you'll notice in my weekly, I have 2 sections split off, and so I tend to do timed thing. I probably reverse this, but I tend to do appointments that have a specific times to them, but I also use it some for readings. I do a weird mix here that I probably need to clean up. But anyways, if you'll look even size-wise, between this half and this half, now there's a lot more this way, but I definitely have a little bit more space going this way, and it's split in half just like I already set my week up. So I can put a fine line under here and extend that outward so that I have the 2 compartments that I'm used to using, which is probably what I'll try first because it's my normal setup. Or I can use this for weekly tasks and things of that nature, which I usually do down here in a notes section. So I'll have to see how it works out to not have that note section. Otherwise, I may be able to do everything in here and leave this for my note section, which is sometimes just a running list of things that I need to get done that I'm not sure which day I'm going to put it in. Anyways, we'll see. I probably will start out just splitting it in half, going all the way across until I see how I use it. But you can see it's set up perfectly exactly how I already do things anyways. And so of course it goes through all the weeks that way until the end of this one. Actually, the weeks end in December, which is fine. Again, I always get a new thing for the new year. And then you go to your notes section. It even gives you an index page to be able to index things. I would probably leave this one blank to continue this index. And then this, then I have this. I have a full page here. So I'll probably split some things up. I don't obviously need, wait, does this have? Yeah, we already have it. So I already have the monthly done, the weekly's done. So this will be more for my, every month I have sort of my business, a running list of readings to do, and that I will put into the weeks as I go. Of course, I may not need that anymore because I only do a month ahead normally, and now I have them all written out, so I actually may not need that. So I may just do the videos and classes and things of that nature there. And then I have other things like deck wish lists and my year finances things for my business and stuff like that will go in here. And then I can number actually the pages are numbered. I love it. The pages are already numbered, so then in your index you just put the page and what it is so that you can easily reference it. So it is basically my bullet journal pre-printed. Because this is exactly how I bullet journal. So what I'm doing in terms of bullet journaling isn't going to change at all. It's just putting it into this where I don't have to draw it up every month, which is fun to do if you're doing something fancy. But I have to say, if you're just repeating the exact same thing over and over again, it's less fun. I probably will get a clear cover for it. There's a clear cover with plants and stuff on it that I'll probably get. Again, they were out of a lot of things because, of course, everybody was buying all of this up in December. So I will take a page in the back, even some of these like random-y page, which is information that obviously is probably really interesting, but being as I don't speak Japanese or read it for sure, I like this. Like I'll have to, I know Bart can do some Japanese, so and I'm sure somebody has these translated somewhere. I can see there's a ruler on this page, but I'll use this to kind of, well here, let's just try my Old Faithful. So we'll do a print, testing, and let's do the same in black. See, that's even finer. I know you can't see this. Yeah, I do love this Coletto. Let's put a purple on there. Testing. I'm so some red, and like, hey, you know, we're doing it, so let's put the green on. Testing. Okay, so let's turn it over. Actually, that's not bad at all. I mean, I guess there's writing on the page. You can feel it more than you can see it, especially with that fine point. All of them, you can feel it. But it's actually not too bad in terms of ghosting. I'm pretty impressed with that. Of course, these are great types of pens to use for this. So let's test a stamp. So we have January 9th. So this is the week that we're in. So let's just try one of these. Let me stick this here. See, so we will do, I'll do red back there. We'll do the lighter colors here. And I want to leave room for the month. So for right now, I'm just going to stick this here so I can come back to it. Okay, so let's get the little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's just give them a try. Again, the nice thing about bullet journaling is that you do something one week, and if you don't like how it goes, the next week you do something different. It's pretty simple that way. So I have, again, one of these. You need, if you get these kind of stamps, you need something to stick it on. I like the see-through ones because you can see where you're placing it. Makes sense. So I think I'll use purple. I think that probably is just going to come off, but you know, let's just see. So now I can see where I'm placing it to some degree. Gonna rock it about. And there I have Monday. So let's see what that does. So you can definitely see that through the back side. We'll see as that dries. Now you could put a little less ink and maybe not press as hard, and that may have less see-through. But by the time I'm doing it over here, I'm not working over here. So I'm thinking that's not going to bother me as much because I'm not going to be working on that. But we're going to just try it for this week. Again, if I decide I don't like something, I won't use it the next week. That's the way it works with bullet journaling. Okay, I'm back. So I went in and put the dates. Threw a little to-do because I do have this little section down here. Actually, it should have been down here, but that's all right. Again, I don't worry about mess-ups in my things because this is functional for me. I don't think I would do this, to be honest. This is probably the only time I do it here. Some of these littler ones I think I might put in. This to me takes up too much of the space, even though this week I have all of this. So it's probably okay as long as I'm using it all across the board. If I didn't use it across the board, I feel like that takes up too much space. I might find a pretty one that just has MONTUEWED, or just write it in myself. So that to me is too large. I think most of the stamps and stuff I would use more back here than I would do so in here. But again, that's the joy of bullet journaling, is that you can give it a try and see what works and see what doesn't work for you. I could even do my normal little flag and put MON in it as I do, but I don't have to do anything. And again, if I don't like this next week, I'll just have a fresh, clean slate to start all over again. So there we have it. I just wanted to kind of show you what I was doing. These little tabs, I'm going to have to push that back further because I don't actually like that much of a tab to stick out. So that would be my week where I'm at. I would then put one at the month because I do use my monthly page. And I think if you get like the if you get covers and things, they have like little string things. But this is actually quite often what I do, although I might end up sticking up here. Sometimes I like them at the top, sometimes I like them at the bottom. And then I would put it into wherever I was at with the last one I would use for wherever I was working at the moment with the gridded paper. And I'm going to stick that in, and then I have the little tabs on the side to quickly go to the week, quickly go to whatever I'm doing over there, and then quickly get myself back to the month. So I'll check back in with you and let you know how it's going, but I'm excited to give it a try. The paper is beautiful. That's one of the things that really spoke to me. It lays, you can see this is, halfway through. It lays down pretty nice to be able to write on. And I'm really I'm excited about it because I don't have to draw the same thing out every time. So I'll let you know how it goes. But again, I know a lot of us like planner kind of stuff. And so I will try to put a link to the different things like the pen and the things that I can put a link to, I will. And I'll put a link to Katey Flowers' video and to that one that I saw with comparing the three of them. Okay, just a quick update. When I put that stamp on, it even stamped through the paper and started to speckle this back page. So I will say, if you're at least going to use these memento stamps, you'd want to put your pencil board or a piece of paper under that so that it didn't do that. I also want, let me get it where you can't see that. I also actually really like, if you can see, there is a line separating this section from that, and then there are little lines separating these into three. This I really like. When I was filling out this week, I was putting my readings here and then any work-related stuff here. I was putting my regular job stuff here and then any appointment, non-work-related things, you know, meeting up with my daughter for lunch, just, you know, other stuff here. So I actually quite like the way these are spread out when I don't especially have those notes. I ended up using different colors. I used red, green, and purple. I'll probably switch which ones I use them for. I'm actually really happy with the ink, especially from that Coletto pen. It, you know, you can see that it's there. Sometimes more just from it kind of embossing the paper than actually seeing the color. So that I'm really happy with. So that's what I'll be doing going forward. And then I went through and did, you know, I was able to set up my grid just like I normally do with that, and it worked out really well. And, you know, I could go into the monthly. I just kind of started that, you know, putting in paydays and putting in bill dates and things of that nature, which is what I use this for. I'll also be putting in birthdays and things like that eventually. But I wanted to say that, and this is green, yeah, I'm really happy with this Pilot Coletto and the .04 gel pen nibs because the fineness is perfect. I write small anyways, and the fineness works really well to stay in the box lines if that's important to you, and it's not going through hardly at all. It's hardly ghosting at all. So very happy with this. Very happy with this. These not so much happy with. Again, I probably would only continue to use them back here in sort of random pages. Hi everyone, this is Kelly and I am back. It is actually a few weeks later from when I filmed the first part of this because I went ahead and got the cover for this and I wanted to show it to you real quick and just do a quick update now that I've actually used it for a couple weeks so that, you know, just to kind of round off the video. So I purchased the Hobonichi Weeks Mega from JetPens, which is a United States company, but they were out of just about everything else because it was right after everybody was it was like right after the first of the year, so everybody had already purchased all of their I guess we should move that out. No, that's not it one. The little tree one. It's okay, we can have tree energy. Anyways, everybody had already ordered for the beginning of the year, so they were out of this cover and things like that. So I went ahead and ordered the cover from Japan, from the Hobonichi website. This little thingamabobber here, which is meant to help you. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but I have a larger one coming Saturday, and so I might see if I put that in the other one. I'm not sure. And then a pencil board, simply because this was quite cheap, and since I was already paying the shipping to ship this from Japan, I just figured I'd order a couple things. So I ordered this little, it's better, easier to see on there. This is like a little ruler, and it has like little squiggly lines and things like that, just to use like a little stencil. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a little stencil, which I have just stuck in here. and then the pencil board and this and the cover is what I ordered from Japan. I ordered it on the 9th and I didn't get it until the 22nd, I think, 22nd, 23rd. But it said on the website when I went to order, I think it was just like a day or so from when they said if you order between this and I think January 7th or 8th, possibly 9th, I can't remember, but it was basically if you're ordering within this date, we are still processing Christmas orders and it might take a while. So I expected it was going to take longer. I don't know if it's going to take that, would normally take that long. In the days of Amazon 2-day delivery, it felt like a lifetime. I'm absolutely thrilled with this cover. So it's a clear plastic cover, which I was kind of like, but it was so cheap. I thought, well, if I don't like it, I won't put it on there, but I love it. It's white. I know sometimes my things show up warmer, but it's actually white. Most of it is warm. Most of it is white, and then it has gold accents like in the flower centers, this little flower parts of these kind of poppy like things in middle of these poppy. So just some gold accents, but look at the little like kitsumi, is that what those are called? Foxes. Little fox there. I love these little panda bears here. They're like, there's two kinds of panda bears, maybe more. I'm just aware of the normal panda bears people think of, and then there's the smaller brown panda bears, and that kind of reminds me of those. Some little rabbits right there. There's another little foxy animal. I love it. And it's dandelion right here in the middle, and you know how, if you watch my channel, you know how I feel about dandelions. I love them so much. So, love it. I'm so happy with the cover. Just in terms of, I'm not going to go too far into this because I have already talked about all this before, but I will say I'm loving it. So my point is this, I'm really enjoying it a lot. In terms of for the weeks, and I'm try to not show like business information. So the weeks is working out fantastic. I think that you can probably see there is a faded line here, and you can also see one here. That has been working out really well. I just have this thank you card from the Open Portals. I have been using this side for my Truth and Story business. And so what I do is and I wouldn't even have to do this, and eventually I may stop doing it, but for right now it's working. But this column here I'm using for scheduling in my readings each day. And then this column over here, and purple has become my Truth and Story color, and red is my mundane job color. So anything to do with my mundane job that needs to be scheduled in is there. Anything to do with my readings are here. This section has been my regular, so for example, anything that's my own stuff, which is generally green, especially if it's an appointment. So for here, which is this Tuesday, yes, I don't have my glasses on, D&D, because I play D&D every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. So anything that's my personal stuff gets scheduled in here. Anything that is my work related, then anything here are my readings. And then this is other stuff such as videos and things of that nature, my classes, all that kind of stuff that I'm scheduling, live chat classes, videos that I'm scheduling, all of that kind of stuff there. Now, and again, I wouldn't really have to do this. So far, I'm doing it and enjoying it. So, we'll see. I'll see if I keep doing it or not. But just kind of carrying this line that's on the other side over, and you can really see it lightly through. So I think most people would probably be fine not even going in and doing this, but I have been doing it. So for right now, I'm going to continue to do that, except for that I didn't do it very well. There, and then all the way down across through the rest of the things. So this setup has been working perfect for me. A big fan of that greatly. And then the monthly is, of course, the monthly, and that's been, you know, that's how I always use it. I like having the notes area here. I've even been using the, I can't show it because I have some business stuff, but I've been using the side to keep track of readings so that I can see them all in a month. And so that's been working out well. So anyways, my rambling point is that I'm absolutely loving this. No regrets. Love the pen, which I've had before, so that's not surprising, but I do really love the pen. And so I really love this setup, and it's just, I love these even together. This is kind of my spiritual practice things. And this is my mundane bullet journal. Now I'm actually going to be adding one other one that's going to be more of a diary and something for me to write about my personal readings, because I'm finding this isn't quite enough space for me to be able to write in. So this is going to stay the same as it was, just minus my actual personal journal or tarot diary. The other things are going to stay in place here. So this is more of my spiritual path, practical path, and then I'm going to have sort of my practice path too as well. But anyways, that's another video. So I'm just loving the two of these.